Epic Crafters, welcome back to my... Happy crafters, welcome back to the live stream of Epic Cardboard Props, the only channel that aims to teach you how to make man-blowing props from movies and TV shows like these ones out of cardboard. I'm Raphael, I'm the owner of this channel, and today is going to be a Q&A session with you guys because I love doing these. You know that, if you've been there for a while, you know that, and because I love, connecting with you. I know that it's pretty difficult for me to connect with you in my regular videos because, I'm teaching you how to make a prop, so I can't talk with you about, anything movies related, or if you have questions, that kind of thing. I just have fun with my intros. Basically, I do a couple of things during the tutorial videos, but mostly I just explaining to you how to make these props. So yeah, so this live stream are very great for me. I love doing this because I'm able to talk to you guys once a week on Wednesday. And so I hope you are happy to be here today, despite my very bad accent. I'm sorry about that. If you've been there, for a while, you know that English is not my first language, obviously, but I'm French. Actually, I'm Swiss. I've been in Paris for 15 years as a steady camera operator and director in the movie industry. Now I live in London, but yeah, my English still sucks. I'm still bad with English, and I'm okay with that, but yeah, I know that for some people it might be a problem. So yeah, so if you don't understand something, don't hesitate to tell me in the chat. Maybe I will try to repeat myself in a different way, but yeah, you know the drill. And so yeah, so today's going to be a Q&A session, and if you want to ask me your questions, you can put them in the chat if you want to, but the best way to have your questions answered is by putting them in the form that is in the description box below. There is a form in the description box below for that, and it allows me to be, to answer more clearly the question. It's easier because in the chat sometimes, it's very crowded. There are a lot of people putting comments, and, it's difficult to find out the questions between the author comments. But if I see your question in the chat, I will answer to them as well. So yeah, so I'm going to say hello to some people before starting this Q&A live stream. I'm gonna say hello to Mr. Non. Say hello, Jacuba Bianca, Ray Star Wars. Thank you. Okay, Jumurdas, Sanjeev Ki. I love your mask. Great, thank you. I'm happy that you love my mask. Okay, mate. Okay, I'm doing great. Okay. Hemert, Sanjeev, Life with Cast. Hey, Life with Cast, good to see you here again. Udayan, Jumurdas. So that's great. So I'm gonna just do something. Okay, so the question. No, so that's not the good one. So the question is, don't hesitate to put your question in the form that is in the description box below. And another very important thing, if you've been there for a while, you know that I'm always unlisting this live stream when they are done. So YouTube is not gonna promote, is not going to promote this live stream after they are done. So I'm counting on you guys to share this live stream out to someone that might be interested in what I make on this YouTube channel, what I do on this YouTube channel, the props I make as well, and because it helps a lot for this live stream to be, views, to be shown, and yeah. So because YouTube is not gonna do that for me, unfortunately. But because I have to unlist them, because I go live every week and I post 2 tutorials a month pretty much, and I don't to flow on my YouTube channel with live stream. So I have to unlist them when they are done, basically. And yeah, so so I don't attract a lot of people during this live stream. That's so bad. So I'm counting on you I'm counting on you to share this live stream out to your friends, a Facebook group. Last week I've seen a couple of posts on Facebook groups, about Star Wars, that people that share this live stream out. That was so great. I was so happy to see that. And so yeah. Okay. And okay. Advanced congratulations for 1 million subscribers. I would love to do that. I would love to reach that mile one day. I hope I will. Maybe I should, I think, someday, reach 1 million subscribers. But yeah, for now, I'm quite far away from that. But yeah, I hope I'll be able to reach that milestone one day. Okay, so I'm gonna answer the first question from the form. The first question from the form is from Joy, and so she or he, I'm not sure. I think it's she, but yeah, I'm not sure. I'm so bad with name, and yeah, sorry about that. So the question is, so she said, I haven't made any props yet because my exams. As soon as I am done, I will make the frontman mask. That's great, awesome. It's a lot of fun to make this one. It's quite easy actually if you print the templates correctly and if you cut the pieces, with accuracy, it's quite a simple one actually. Okay, and the question is, how do you manage time for props with your other cores, or do you do it on the weekends? Actually, it's my full-time job now. You know, I know that in a lot of my tutorials in the past, I used to say that I'm a director and I'm a Steadicam operator and director in the movie industry for 15 years. I've been, and it was true, but you know, I switched full-time on YouTube a few months ago. So now I'm only working on this YouTube channel. And so yeah, so that's the reason. So I don't have to work on the weekends. I'm working all day long, not 7 days a week, but pretty much 7 days a week. And so yeah, so I don't have that problem now. It was more of an issue before when I have had my regular job, you know. But yeah, because yeah, that was very difficult actually. Okay. So don't forget, if you have questions, put them in the form that is in the description box below. I don't have a lot of questions so far, so yeah, go ahead right now. And okay, have you make Spider-Man mask? Not yet. Maybe I will someday, but yeah, not yet. Maybe one day. We'll see about that. I have to think about it. I'm already thirsty. Okay. And as I said earlier, if you can share this live stream out, you know, to some group or Facebook groups or, you know, Reddit or something, it would help a lot, because yeah, as I said earlier, I don't attract a lot of people during this live stream because I unleash them when they are done. So yeah, that helps tremendously. Okay, the question, I have a question in the chat. So the question Navanichi, she asks, I have been trying to make a Stormtrooper helmet for quite a bit of time, but the problem is that whatever I tried to fold the cardboard, it wrinkles. Can you tell me how to fold it without any wrinkles? What do you mean by wrinkles? What does mean? What wrinkles means? Okay. Yeah, I see what you mean. Okay, so I see what you mean. So if it's wrinkles, it's because you don't fold them correctly. When you bend the cardboard, I don't have, yes, I have a bit of cardboard. I have this cardboard, some, you know, close to me here. So when you beat the cardboard, when you fold the cardboard, you know, you don't just have to do that, you know. Of course, if you do that, you'll have a very bad wrinkles here or fold. You have to pretty much crush all the corrugation of that piece, you know, to make a nice curve. You have to do that on, you know, you have to crush all the corrugation. If you just crush one, you'll have very bad fold, you know, and that if you do on all of the corrugation, you'll have a very smooth curve like that. So that's a trick. After that being said, when you mean wrinkles, if you mean the, you know, the corrugations that you can see through the material, that's unfortunately, there is not much you can do. If you watch closer of all of my props, you know, you can see the corrugations through the paper usually most of the time, because it's, you know, it's difficult to hide. There are many ways to do that, but if you use only cardboard and paper, you don't have to deal with it. You know, you have cardboard. One thing you can do though is apply uncorrugated cardboard. I don't have a piece here, you know, but you know, uncorrugated cardboard, like the type of cardboard you get from Amazon for the small item, there is no corrugation inside. They are plain cardboard, you know, very thin cardboard plain, and because there is no corrugation inside, if you apply thin cardboard on these surfaces, you won't have that wrinkles. And actually, I don't have them here, because on the top, you see that in the tutorial videos, I apply thin cardboard, uncorrugated cardboard, which, you know, so you can see the corrugations through it, because there is no corrugations actually. So you can do that. And another thing you can do to, you know, to avoid to see the corrugations through the cardboard, if it's what bother you about it, is to apply a modeling pass on it. I did that on this one here. So I'm just gonna drop this one. So I did that on this one. You can, you know, here I applied modeling pass on the surface, and I almost erased all the corrugation. I think I could have done a better job on that, you know, because the modeling pass, I think it was too thin. The modeling pass I put on it was too thin. So you're still able to see the corrugation through it, and that's my mistake actually. But if I did that correctly, you wouldn't be able to see the corrugation through it. So using modeling pass, like I did for Boba Fett helmet, is the way to, you know, for you to not be able to see the corrugations and the wrinkles through the paper when you're done with the helmet or the props you're working on. That's one thing that you can do. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna. So there is not a lot of question in the form. Don't hesitate to put your question in the form because I don't have a lot of questions so far. Okay, have you seen the new Spider-Man? Not yet. I have to see I haven't seen it yet. I really have to, but yeah. Okay, I'm gonna do that. I have to change something. Sorry about that. Okay, that's better like that. Okay. Can you make Venom mask? Maybe I have to think about it. Okay, a lot of requests here, but you know, this live stream are not really for the requests. So if you have requests, you can put them in the chat. I'm not gonna acknowledge all of your requests because, you know, I know it's a little bit, you know, boring for most people to just, you know, hearing me saying that, yeah, I'll think about it. Thanks for the request. Oh, thank you. I'll think about it. Because that's basically what everything I can do. When you put a request, I take everything into account. And after that, you know, of course, it's gonna play in the balance on what props I'm gonna do next, what props I'm gonna make after, you know, next. But of course, you know, it's a little bit annoying to just answer the request, so sorry about that, but okay. So what's your question? If you have question about, you know, maybe you're wondering if you can make something out of cardboard or one of my tutorials, or maybe you're wondering if you can make something else out of another material than cardboard, maybe I can help you with that as well. Even if it's not really my domain of expertise, but I can try. And yeah, today is the day for you to ask your questions. Okay, so the next question from the form is from Life with Cat, and the question is, what is the best type of cardboard for making props? That's a great question. The best type of cardboard is I use any type. I use all kind of cardboard to make my props. I use, you know, thin cardboard, uncorrugated cardboard, thick cardboard, double wall corrugated cardboard. They all have a different purpose, and you know, I can use, you know, a double wall thick corrugated cardboard to do, you know, like, you know, when I do the top of my helmet, for instance, it wouldn't work because, you know, the separation is too thick and it will be very bad. So there is a purpose, and that's why on the templates I'm always specifying, I'm always mentioning what type thickness of cardboard you have to use to make that piece or the other pieces, this other piece, for you to be able to reproduce exactly what I'm doing, what I make with these props. So yeah, so that's a tricky one, but so I use all kind. I would say, for instance, though, that the most important is to use healthy cardboard, because, you know, if you use cardboard that is not healthy, you know, like pizza boxes, or, you know, cardboard that is destroyed, you know, if the cardboard was mashed by the delivery person, which happens from time to time, don't use that type of cardboard, because you need to have clean corrugations, not fold. Sometimes you can use this type of cardboard if you have to mash the corrugations to make something, which happens a lot with my props. But most of the time, it's very important for you to use healthy cardboard that is not mashed, soaked into, you know, pizza oil or something. You know, very clean cardboard. That's the most important thing to do. And you have as well to deal with the fall of the natural fall of the cardboard, because usually when you receive a box, you have, you know, it's folded. So yeah, so when it's folded, I try not to use the part that is folded already, unless, you know, it's not gonna be it's not gonna impact the prop I'm gonna do. For instance, with this one, you know, the Grogu, I didn't care about that, because, you know, even if I have a fold in the middle of the piece, it's not gonna be, you know, it wasn't visible at the end. It's not visible because it's just inside of the build, so it's not, you know, a problem. But sometimes it matters a lot. It may matter a lot. Okay. So I hope that answered your question. Life with Cat. And so the next question is from Okay, so the next question is from you asked your question in the place where you have to put your name. So I don't have your name. I'm just gonna read the question. So how you keep so many props in one room? It's a tricky thing to do. I have a lot of props, so it's starting to be quite crowded on this apartment. I have to find place to put them in a way that it's not gonna be a problem for us to live in this apartment. So yeah, so that's why we are thinking about moving to a house at the moment, and we probably do that very soon. But yeah, it's a tricky thing, especially when you make as many props as me. I do a lot of props. I make pretty much 1 or 2 props per month, and it's been about 3 years that I'm doing that. So yeah, I have a lot of props here. Okay, so the next question is from ask your question here. Okay, so I don't have the question. Okay, what is your name? He does have one. Okay, so he said that he doesn't have a name. Okay, so if he doesn't have a name, that's pretty strange, but okay. So the question is your next video going the Boba Fett jetpack backpack? No, it's not gonna be. My next video is gonna be something Mandalorian related. I'm gonna do something. I'm almost done with this one. And I don't want to spoil you with that, so I'm gonna keep it a little bit secret. But I think if you've just seen what I've just shown, you know what it is, and it's gonna be, it's gonna be the blaster from the Mandalorian. So I hope you enjoy that. Hello from Spain. Hello, Leo PC. How are you doing? Good to see you here. Okay. Question apart from creating. Okay, question. Diego Ruz has question. Apart from creating content, do you work on anything else? It's a yes and no. I want to say, because I'm a full-time YouTuber, so I'm working all day long, 7 days a week, not 7 days a week, but pretty much 7 days a week at the moment, on my YouTube channel. After that, that being said, there is a lot of things to do. Being a YouTuber is not just, making stuff and recording videos in 1 hour. You have to do a lot of things to manage a YouTube channel properly. You have to, to answer comments. You have to do a lot of stuff. So it's taking a lot of time. And yeah, but so yeah, I'm a full-time YouTuber, so I'm not doing a lot of stuff beside that at the moment. I do personal stuff, but I have a job. I don't have another job, if it's what you're asking me. So yeah, okay. Yes, Blaster of Mandalorian. Yes, thank you so much. You're welcome, Lon Descombe. It should be posted in about a week. I think it should be, because I'm almost done with it, and I'm gonna start to edit the tutorial video. So it's gonna should be in my YouTube channel in about a week. Okay. So, and by the way, let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. What time is it where you are at the moment? Because I know that there are a lot of people from everywhere in the world that are watching these tutorial videos, these tutorial videos and this live stream. And I live in the UK, so for me it's about 4 p.m. It's 4 p.m. No, it's 8. I'm never able to say. Comment tu dis 4h18 en anglais? No, okay, m'entends pas. So yeah, so here it's about 4 p.m. and 80 minutes. But I don't know. Let me know in the chat what time is it where you are watching from this live stream from. And so yeah, hello Leo PC. Hello from Spain. Okay, great. So you are in Spain. I think for you it's like something 3 p.m. and 18 minutes. I think for you. Okay. Live Recast says 6:80 p.m. or a.m. I think it's p.m. Otherwise, it will be very soon for you, very early. Okay, and let me know where you are watching from this live stream from as well, if you can. Okay, I'm from India. That's great. I have a lot of people from India on this channel. Okay. 9:40 p.m. in India. That's awesome. Okay. Yes, I'm in England too, so it's the same for me. Eric, son of James. It's 4:18 p.m. in the afternoon. Okay. It's 12 a.m. here. Okay. p.m. in Ukraine. Okay. 6:18 in Ukraine. And I'm so sorry if you're... there's a weird thing with me. You have to know that, because when I don't know why the hardest part for me in English is, you know, pronouncing the clock, you know, the hours in English, because it's all the way around in French. It's the other way around in French, pretty much, or it's even more complicated than that. It's totally a different way to say that. So I'm always confused when I have to say an hour like past 4, past 10, 15. It's so complicated for me in English. I don't know why. That's weird, because I've been living here for 3 years, so I should be able to say that normally, you know. And I'm not. I think I should just train myself. You know, I should practice. But you know, I never take the time to do that. It's so weird. I really should. So yeah. Okay. Okay, so next question from the form is from Jumura Das, and the question is... okay, I don't understand the question. Many... I don't understand your question, Jumar Das. I don't get that. So question, sorry to ask, but how many years you will work on this YouTube channel? More than 6 to 9 years or more? Sorry for asking. I don't know why you are sorry for asking, because it's not rude. It's just a normal question. You can ask that, but I'm not sure I understood your question, by the way. Yeah, I think I will work on this channel quite a long time. I may change, you know, the way I do stuff maybe in the future. I don't know. I don't want to say that what I'm gonna do, because I don't know basically what I'm gonna do in a few years, but I'm pretty sure I'll be on YouTube, or if I'm not on YouTube, maybe on the next thing, you know, if YouTube becomes something else in the future, or if something else, you know, become bigger than YouTube to do the top, you know, for me to be able to post my videos in a more efficient way, maybe I will do a switch or something. But because, you know, YouTube is quite new actually. YouTube exists from 2005, I think, so it's like, you know, 70 years. So it's not that old, you know, and you have, you know, a lot of new stuff that are, you know, coming up every year, like TikTok a few years ago, and you know, that kind of thing. TikTok is not a good place for me, even if I am on TikTok. I'm not posting a lot on TikTok at the moment, and the weird thing is that I have like 460,000 subscribers, followers on TikTok. That's crazy for that, but you know, I'm not that active on TikTok, because I realize on TikTok that most people on TikTok are just sweeping, you know, they watch 50 seconds and they sweep to the next TikToker, and they're not really invest in what you do like you know, like you are on this YouTube channel. Most of you are really, you know, into the stuff I do on YouTube. You watch the tutorials, you make these props. On TikTok it's just for fun, and I lost a little bit my motivation to do TikTok videos at the moment, but maybe I will return to TikTok. So yeah, so I think I will be for a long time on YouTube, as long as it, you know, it is profitable, and you know, you can make a living, and you are here, you know, as long as there is a big audience on YouTube, I will be on YouTube. I think that's the correct answer. But of course, you know, I will be where you are, guys. So you know, if some days you are all switching to another platform, maybe I will switch as well. Good question. Okay, the next question is from no name. Okay, the question is okay, so the question is, this is the one that I asked about the jetpack. I don't have a YouTube account, but my name is Daniel. Okay, I am 14, I am from Australia, and I'm watching you at 12:22. Okay, great, thank you. Nice to meet you, Daniel. Nice to meet you, and glad to have you in this live stream. This small community during this live stream that I am always unlisting when they are done. So yeah, so that's great, because you know, there are always few people here, because you know, I'm unlisting this live stream when they are done. So YouTube is not promoting my live stream at all. So yeah, so if you can share this live stream out to someone else, you know, a friend, you know, a sibling, someone, even a Facebook group or Reddit, you know, that is about props making or Star Wars or the thing I do on this YouTube channel, that helps a lot. Don't hesitate to do that because YouTube is not gonna promote my live stream after. So yeah. Okay. Hi bro, what's up? What's up, Rupesh? FF, how are you doing? How are you doing? Moderator, lens diabatic. I don't understand. Sorry, I speak only 2 languages. I speak English and French. And English, with a lot of mistakes. What is your next prop? I'm almost done with this one, but I'm working on the blaster, Mandalorian blaster. So my next prop is going the Mandalorian blaster. And it should be quite easy one. It's not the most easy prop I've made so far, but it's a quite easy one and quite quick one with few templates. So that's cool. I think you're gonna enjoy it. If you love, if you like the Mandalorian or even the Book of Boba Fett, that is releasing at the moment, it's almost done. Actually, I think the last episode. I think the last episode came out already. I'm not sure. So yeah. Can you show me the Squid Game mask? I have it here. 1 second. I'm gonna bring you the Squid Game mask right away. So which one? Okay, something fell on the ground. Okay, so I made 2 Squid Game masks. So I have these 2, and I made I'm never painting my props. So what you see here is black paper and white paper, and black paper as well on this one. And this one I think I shouldn't. I hesitated to do that. I think I shouldn't have to. I shouldn't. Because I put a layer of glossy varnish on it, and I think it's better if because the original mask is not glossy. I think it was a mistake. So if you made this one, maybe don't apply the layer of glossy varnish at the end, or maybe if you like it that way, do it. But yeah, just for this one, know that I think the original one is not that glossy actually. So yeah, that's my my Squid Game mask. And that's my Jason mask, Jason Voorhees mask as well. That was on the same place, so I take it as well. I took it as well. Oh, my English is so bad today. I think you can understand what I'm saying. You're here and you're watching my face and you don't understand a word of what I'm telling you. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so the next question is from Lances DIY, and the question is, how did you make Baby Yoda? You mean the how I made the templates for Baby Yoda? I think Baby Yoda it was the first time that I used a software on this YouTube channel to make a prop, because I wanted to, I wanted to speed up the process of everything I do, because now it's a bit better, but before Baby Yoda I was able to post 1 tutorial a month, sometimes even more than a month, sometimes it was one every 2 months when I was making a big one. So I tried to find tutorials, I tried to find softwares for me to be able to speed up all the process, for me to be able to post more tutorials on this YouTube channel and more often. So when I trained myself, I practiced with some of them, and the first one I used the tutorials to make a prop was with Baby Yoda. I work from several 3D models, several different 3D models, one for the head and one for the body actually, and as well 2 for the head actually, because it was complicated, and I basically did layers from the 3D models I found. And I wanted to try that, and I used these same techniques for the Pennywise head. And yeah, of course, it's not just cut 3D models in slices. You have to do more things, because cardboard, it's not cardboard. Making something out of cardboard is not like you're 3D printing something. It's way different. It's way more complicated. So yeah, but yeah. So how do you make Baby Yoda? So yeah, I can explain everything I do to make Baby Yoda, because it will take me like 10 or 15 hours to explain everything, because it's a very complicated process. I use software, I used a lot of techniques I've been working on and improving for the last 3 years. So it's a very tricky question, and that's why I provide templates, by the way, because on this channel you'll say, you know, these props, these tricky props, I provide these templates because it's saving you about 70% of the job I'm making on these props. 70% of the job is designing these templates, the way how to assemble the PCs, all of this stuff is made behind the camera before even recording the tutorial video. I'm cutting the piece, I'm designing the part of the prop, and that's the most time-consuming part of the build. And at the end, I record me assembling the pieces using the templates. Showing you how to use the templates I'm providing to you, so that you can make yours at home, even if you're not a professional props maker like me. That's the whole thing here. So I can explain simply how I make these templates, because if I was able to do that, I would simply do that. You know, I would have done in my tutorial videos already. You know, because providing the templates is the only way I found for me to be able to show you how to make these props, and for you to be able to make these props yourself at home without going through every struggles I have to go through when I do these props. And yes, I know I charge for the templates because it's basically the only way I can make sustainable, you know, make a living from this YouTube channel. At some point, I have to choose that, you know, in one way I would have stopped this YouTube channel to go back to my regular job as a steady camera operator, or I had to find ways to make money from this YouTube channel. That's why I'm charging for the templates, by the way. And because before that I wasn't. You know, the first year and a half, I think, of this channel, they were free. They were totally free. But you know, at some point I had to do something. Okay, so yeah. So the next question is from Lensis DIY again. The question. Oh, okay, that's the same question. So the next question is from Junior Das again, and he's working. No, he made the M41 Pulse rifle, my favorite and more. That's great. And the question is, how many type of cardboard you use in your props? I use the cardboard box. I already answered to that question earlier on this live stream. I use all kind of cardboard. You know, double wall corrugated cardboard, single wall corrugated cardboard, thin corrugated cardboard, uncorrugated cardboard, very thin uncorrugated cardboard. I use pretty much all type, even gray cardboard or cereal boxes from time to time. But so yeah, I use all of them. But you just have to know when you use cardboard that each type of cardboard has a different purpose. For instance, if you can use very thick cardboard, double wall corrugated cardboard that is like 1 centimeter thick, or even, you know, 5 or 6 millimeter thick, to cover the top of the helmet, for instance, because it's gonna be very bad. You'll be able to see all the separation between the pieces. It's gonna be ugly, basically. So don't do that. But so that's why you have to be careful to use the right type of cardboard to make the right part of your props. And that's why I'm always mentioning on the top of, I think it's pretty much on the right top corner of the templates, the type of cardboard you have to use to make the specific piece that is on the templates that you can see on the sheet of templates. So yeah, so pay attention to that when you do my props. I'm always mentioning what type of cardboard, what thickness of cardboard you have to use to make that piece. And usually it's 3 type of cardboard I use pretty much on all of my props. Is 2mm thick cardboard, which is 1 wall 2mm thick cardboard, 2 wall 5mm thick cardboard, and sometimes I use thinner corrugated cardboard, like 1mm corrugated cardboard, very thin, and uncorrugated cardboard, which is the thinnest cardboard I use, without corrugations, to make my stuff. Okay. I don't speak Tamil language. Sorry, Rupuffs FF. Okay. So next question is from Daniel, and the question is, how do you get your templates for Boba Fett suit? I'm not sure what you are asking me when you are asking how do you get the templates. If you mean where I get them, I don't get them from someone else. I make them myself. Actually, I don't use I don't use templates myself to make the props. I'm showing you in the tutorial videos how to make them using the templates, and sometimes I print the templates, I cut them, and I'm just gluing them on the pieces I already made for me to be able to show you how to use the templates. But I make these templates for you to make your own. I don't use templates myself to make these props. You know what I mean? So I don't get the templates. I make them. And it's a very tricky question. And if your question is how I make my templates, that's a tricky question, because it's, as I said earlier in this live stream, it's pretty much 70% of the job. So I wouldn't be able to explain that here in a few sentences, you know, because it will take way more than that. I would have to spend several hours explaining everything, and I think at the end you wouldn't be even able to, you know, to use this technique because it's too complicated. You know, because I do very tricky build here. You have to understand. I think most of you are aware of that, but you know, sometimes people are asking me, you know, why I provide templates, why I don't put measurements into the videos, for instance. I have that crazy questions, you know, from time to time. Why I don't put measurements in the videos instead of providing templates? And because I'm charging for the templates, sometimes people think it's on purpose. You know, I make the templates for me to be able to take you money from you, which is so crazy, because it's not I'm doing at all. As I said earlier, the templates were totally free for about a year and a half. It's just that at some point I have to find a way to make money from this YouTube channel. Otherwise, you know, I would have stopped all of this long time ago, because YouTube doesn't pay much. You have to know that. And so yeah, so I can't do that. You know, sometimes people think that you know, they are easy. They are not easy. With measurements, it would be a nightmare for you to make these props, because they are curved. You need to be, if you want the same result, you know, the same prop I did, the same props I did on this YouTube channel, and the same result, the templates are imperative. They are the most important part of this build for you to be able, because if you're not a professional props maker like me, you won't be able to make the same props as me using cardboard, because cardboard is tricky to use. Even if it's cheap and everyone has it, and that's great, it's very difficult to make something out of cardboard that's accurate and with that high level of accuracy at the end, if you're not a professional props maker like me. And the templates allows you to have, you know, to hit the same result I did on this YouTube channel, because you don't have to do these tricky things, you know, this tricky calculation and mathematics to use these 3D models or the 3D software I used to make my props. You don't have to do that, because I did all of this. I provide the templates from all of this work for you, and you just have to cut the templates and to glue the templates on your cardboard, cut the pieces, assemble the pieces like I show in the tutorial videos, and you're done. Of course, it's a little bit more complicated than that, but basically it's pretty much how you have to do. If you have to use this software, I have to explain to you how to every measurements in the tutorial videos and everything. None of you will make these props, or maybe once in 1,000 people would make it, because it's a professional props maker and you want to do something for, you know, I don't know, for his work, because it's already working on it. You know what I mean? It's so complicated. So yeah, so I can't do that, but maybe, yeah, what I will try to do, I think in the future I will try to make the templates for free if I can, you know, find more ways to make money from this YouTube channel with sponsor and stuff. I have already some sponsor on this YouTube channel. Actually, I have one sponsor on this YouTube channel, but you know, it's my first deal, so it's not. No, it's not a lot of money, and I'm sponsor. I accepted this sponsor on my YouTube channel because I love Skillshare. The sponsor of this channel is Skillshare, because I love Skillshare. I have learned so much thing, and you know how to use the 3D software I use for this YouTube channel that I just mentioned earlier. I pretty much learned how to use them on Skillshare. So I used to work to use Skillshare before they were a sponsor of this channel, so that's why I accepted to work with Skillshare on this YouTube channel, because you know I loved that platform already. But yes, that's a tricky thing. So I diverge a lot. Sorry about that. So yeah. So okay. So next question. The next section is from Deepamjan Ganguly, and so he made Iron Man gauntlet. That's great. And the question is, do you play in Minecraft? If yes, then will you please tell us your server so that we can play with you? I'm not playing Minecraft, sorry about that. I don't have the time for that. I love I like playing with PlayStation. I love playing with the PlayStation. I have a PlayStation in my home, but I played the PlayStation like once a year for most of the time during Christmas, or when I'm taking a few holidays for myself, and that's it. And the rest of the year I'm not playing at all because I don't have the time. This YouTube channel and the thing I do with this channel are taking me so much time already. So yeah, so sorry, I don't play Minecraft. Next question is from Corn Dog Gaming, and so he's working on Boba Fett helmet. That's great. And the question is, what cardboard did you use for the Boba Fett helmet, and what was your favorite props to make? What cardboard I used? I think you can see pretty much all the cardboard I use in the tutorial videos already, the tutorial videos on my YouTube channel. And I'm always, as I said earlier, I'm always mentioning what type of cardboard you have to use to make specific part of the helmet on the templates. So if you have the templates, you know that. But for the Boba Fett helmet, I think I use something like 2mm thick cardboard, one wall corrugated cardboard for the element of the face, the front of the helmet, and I use a very thin cardboard, like uncorrugated cardboard for the top. No, sorry, I didn't do that. I use 2mm thick cardboard, the regular ones you get from Amazon to make the top. I think I use pretty much that. I use 2mm thick for the top, 2mm thick for the cheek hair, I think. Yes, that was that. As well to make the ears part. And I use 5mm thick cardboard to make this part here, that one here, and a few other parts. So yeah, it's basically 2mm thick, 2mm and 5mm thick cardboard for the whole helmet. And for the visor, I use 1mm thick cardboard, uncorrugated cardboard. So yeah. Why do you make Max only from movies? Because I don't know if you watch a lot of my tutorial videos. Napia, Nuko, I'm not able to pronounce your name, sorry. But I'm always saying at the beginning of my tutorial videos that I've been working in the movie industries for 15 years as a steady camera operator. And so it's my thing. This channel is all about movies and props, and movies and shows, props from movies and shows. So yeah. What is your design process when coming up with the prop before you start making a video? That's a great question. Glad you asked that. So what is your design process? My process is it's quite complicated because I have to take into account a lot of things for me to be able to choose the right props to make next. I'm looking for the comments. I'm watching requests. I take into account all of your requests, guys. Of course, the big part of it. And if I have a lot of requests about the same prop, I may consider doing it. But of course, it's not enough. I also have to watch what is to pay attention to what is working well on my YouTube channel already. If I have a couple of videos that are working very well on my YouTube channel, maybe it's a good thing to double down with the same topic. Usually YouTube is always recommending you to do that because that means this video should work pretty well. So there's a lot of, and I'm just scratching the surface of the thing I have to do. So it's a very complicated thing to do, but yeah. So I basically I'm watching your request. I'm watching what is trending at the moment as well. If at the moment it's what is trending is the Book of Boba Fett that is trending at the moment. That is a big thing at the moment, and because Star Wars is a big thing on my YouTube channel as well. I did a lot of props from the Book of Boba Fett. And I did the same thing with The Mandalorian at the time, and I'll probably do more stuff from The Mandalorian when we'll have a new season from The Mandalorian. So yeah, so it depends of a lot of things. When are you planning to make another props? I'm always working on props. I'm not planning to make another prop from the 2 times. It's just that it takes weeks for me to make. It's very long. If I was able to, I would post 1 tutorial a week. If I could do that, I would definitely do that. I'm already working pretty much 7 days a week on these props, and I'm able to post about 1, sometimes 2 tutorials a month when they are small, because it depends on the size. When they are big, usually they are quite time consuming, and when they are small, they are quite quicker to make. So yeah, so the next one is gonna be posted in about a week because I'm almost done with this one, and it's gonna be the Mandalorian Blaster. And it's gonna be on my YouTube channel in about a week, and it's gonna be a fun one because I think it should be if you take into account the standard of this YouTube channel, it's a quite easy one to make. Of course, it's Epic Camera Prop, so they are never very easy to make, but they are, you know, if you take if you watch if you take into account the standard of this YouTube channel, it's a quite easy one to make. Okay, I'm gonna drink a little bit because I'm thirsty already. What was the most difficult prop for you to make? The most difficult prop for me to make? What was the most difficult prop for me to make? I'm always thinking it's always the previous one, because, you know, I'm always making pretty much new prop, and it's always a new challenge to make a prop. So when I'm done with the next one, most of the time is a little bit trickier. Not all the time, but, you know, that's pretty much the way it works. When I did the T-Rex head, for instance, it was a very tricky one to make because it's a very huge, very big one, and but it turned out great, and it wasn't that difficult to create at the end. I think it turned out pretty. It's a very time-consuming one to make, but not that tricky. Maybe the pulse rifle was quite difficult to design because there is a lot of part of it, and the Million Falcon as well. The Million Falcon, you know, but I'm saying that it is the Million Falcon, and because it was the first time I was making a prop for this YouTube channel. So of course, the more I go back in the past, the more I feel like they were complicated, because, you know, I've learned a lot by doing, and now I feel like the props I'm making now are easier, but it's also because I've learned so much, you know, since the first one I made earlier in this YouTube channel, on this YouTube channel. Okay, so next question is from Lance DIY again, and the question is, have you played Five Nights at Freddy? No, I didn't. As I said, I'm not playing a lot at games. I don't have the time, unfortunately. The next question is from Gear33 and War10, and the question is in French, so I'm gonna read it in French, and after that I'm gonna translate to you in English. So the question is, pouvez-vous construire un Star Destroyer and du premier ordre en carton, s'il vous plaît? So okay, so the question is, can you make a Star Destroyer from the first order out of cardboard, please? So I could do that, of course, and I've been thinking about it a lot, but it's the same thing that the Million Falcon. The problem with that type of build is that because it's a huge prop in the movie, and you have to make it in a very small scale, so because of this fact, you have to put a lot of details to make it accurate, because, you know, it's a huge stuff, so there is a lot of little things to make. Of course, you're not obliged to make everything, but for you to be able to have a great result, an impressive result, you know, that seems like it looks like the real deal, you don't have to make a lot of details, and these details are gonna take you so much time. I realized that when I did the Million Falcon. The Million Falcon, I think making the details on the props were 50% of the job, and the Million Falcon took me something like 3 months. Of course, it was my first build, one of the first builds I did for this YouTube channel, so I was not that good. So I think I would be able to make it in a month and a half now. But yeah, yet it's still very long. And don't just keep in mind when I'm saying, you know, a month and a half or 2 months for me, you have to keep in mind, just for you to make the thing clear. For me, it's always a long process. You have to know that, because I don't use templates. I make everything from scratch. But you use the template, so you have, you know, 70% of the job is done for you. But yeah, for me, it's always a long process. And the Million Falcon, because of the details, the amount of details to make was very, very time consuming, and that's what I'm a little bit afraid to make the Star Destroyer, the Star Destroyer from the first order, because I'm afraid that it's gonna take way too much time to make it, like maybe a month and a half, maybe 2 months, because it's huge and you have so much details to create. You know, you have a lot of things to make. So and because it's, you know, this channel is all about accuracy out of cardboard. I can't do just the roof shape and doing a few details on it, because it's not what I do on this channel. I'm making pretty much screen accurate props or ship, you know, so I can't do that. So it does, you know, I've been thinking about making the Titanic, for instance, for a while. I would love to make the Titanic, like, you know, big Titanic like that, but that's the same problem. You have to make a Titanic boat real as possible, you know, with the requirements I require for this YouTube channel, for the props of this YouTube channel, I would have to make so much details to make it worthy, to make it looks good, that it's insane. I'm pretty sure it would take me something like 2 months, probably more for the Titanic. I don't know. Okay, so hope that answered your question, by the way. Next question is from Life with Cats again, and she asked which one of your props was the most difficult to make. Which one was? I think you already asked that, and I forget to answer that part of your question. I'm not sure it was you, but I think it was you asked a question in 2 parts, and I think I forgot to answer the second part of it. So thank you for asking me again. I'm not sure it was you, but I think it was you. So the most difficult prop I've made so far. To make which one is props was the most difficult. So I've just answered pretty much that question. The Mini Falcon was difficult because of the amount of details, and the Xenomorph thread was a big challenge, you know, because it was the first time I was making anything that organic, you know, that feel like it is alive. So I was, you know, it was a very challenging one because of it. So, but I don't know what was the difficult one. I don't know. I know that this one. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, you can see it. The Death Star 2 was quite tricky to make because it was the first time I was making something that round, you know, a ball like that. And the first attempt I did with the Death Star was wrong. I did something with I glued pieces of cardboard, you know, that was thicker in the center and thinner on the side to make a kind of a ball, and it ended up to be a kind of oval sphere, not very a ball. So it was the first time and the last time actually I worked on the prop for 2-3 days, and I had to restart it all over again because it wasn't working. And it's so I'm trying hard not to do that because I can't lose that kind of time, you know. I that's why I don't do prototypes, by the way. Sometimes people are asking me if I do prototypes on this YouTube channel to make these props. No, all the props you see are the prototypes, except maybe for the Death Star that I just did an attempt to make it in a different way. It didn't work, and I just worked 3 days into it, and it didn't work, so I had to start it again. So it was a difficult one because of it. But when I understood how to make the you know, a very perfect ball out of cardboard, I did the BB-8 robot as well the same way, and a couple of techniques. I used that techniques to make some of my helmet as well, you know, because until the Death Star I wasn't sure. I didn't know how to make nice curve from cardboard with accuracy. It's very difficult from cardboard because cardboard is not, you know, the problem with cardboard is that you can't, you know, I have a piece here. Cardboard, you can't fold it in every direction. Obviously you can fold it in one direction, you know, in the direction of the aggregations, like here, you know, because obviously it's made for that. But if you want to fold it in the opposite way, it's gonna be so bad, you know. It's gonna be destroyed. It's not gonna be round. It's gonna be very ugly. It's not gonna work very well. So I had to find ways to make curve out of cardboard, and that was very tricky because I didn't know how to do that. And I discovered how to do that with the Death Star, you know, just by making a skeleton and applying small pieces of cardboard on the surface. After that, you know, I sand all the surface, and you end up with a very accurate rounded shape out of cardboard. Of course, it's time consuming, you know. There will be ways to make it way faster using other materials like foam, plastic, even wood, but you know, I'm making things out of cardboard, and that's the problem with cardboard. You can do round shape very easily. That's the big problem. That's the biggest problem that most people doesn't know with cardboard. You can do pretty much everything, but when you have to do something that is rounded in every directions, you can't do it in a very quick way. You'll have to make a skeleton, or you have to make cut. That's a new techniques I use on my YouTube channel, by the way, to make curves, because I use software now to make some of my props, and so I'm able to make accurate cut on the cardboard, and I'm just gluing the notches, the cut together, and that way I'm able to have a quite accurate curve, you know, with the shape I want, you know, the very accurate shape, you know, not just a random cut to have a random curve. Just I'm able to have accurate rounded part by making cut on the cardboard, because now I'm using software to make this. But without that, without the software, and without, you know, just using your brain, I think the best way to have nice curve and accurate curve is by making a skeleton and applying the cardboard on it. and I did that for most of my props before recently, because now I'm using some software to do that, which helps a lot. I did that for, you know, I use this software to do the top of this helmet, for instance, and that's the big difference between these two helmets. You know, the Mandalorian helmet here, I use a skeleton to make it. As I just explained, you know, you can see the skeleton inside. Still, you know, you can see the pieces of the skeleton inside the helmet. And I apply the cardboard on the top of the skeleton to have the curve. And the skeleton, of course, is accurate, because it's easier to make a skeleton with the correct shape of the helmet than folding the cardboard, you know, just visually and end up with the correct shape. It's very difficult to do that. And that was the best way. And now, because of the software I'm using now, I'm able to do that differently. And I use this new technique to do this one, the top of this helmet, where I just basically make accurate cut, you know, that I did on the software, that allows you and me to glue the notches and to have the correct shape just using one layer of cardboard without making a skeleton. And as you can see, there is no skeleton inside. It's just the cardboard glued together. And it wouldn't be possible just by, you know, doing this visually. You have to use the software to do that, because it's so difficult otherwise. Otherwise, I wouldn't have ended up with the same curve, you know, very symmetric and everything. So yeah. Okay. Great question, by the way. Okay, so the next question I have in the form is from Tanox. And okay, so Thanos is made the Boba Fett helmet and Predator mask. That's great. And he's asked, what parts are left of your Boba Fett armor, like his leg pieces? Yes, the leg pieces of Boba Fett armor. I didn't make the knees pieces of the Boba Fett armor, because they are. I'm not sure he's always wearing it. I feel like he's not. Most of the time he's not. And for me, it's not really a part of the armor. Like the leg pieces of the Mandalorian, which is very visibly, obviously a part of the armor. The knee pieces, I think I should have. It's a mistake, but at the time I felt like it wasn't really a part of the armor, so I didn't do that. For the rest of it, it's not really a part of the armor. You know, the belt, for instance, or that kind of thing is not really the armor, so it's not the same thing. So I'm not sure I'm gonna make that. Maybe I will do. Maybe in the future, in a new series of videos, where I will be doing the entire suit, but not the armor, because, you know, this series was about the armor, the Boba Fett armor. So yeah, it was the same thing with the Mandalorian. Sometimes people with the Mandalorian armor ask me, you know, why I didn't make the belt or that kind of thing, and I just said because it's not a part of the armor. This series was all about the armor, Mandalorian armor, and so yeah. But maybe I will in the future. Maybe I will do them anyway. Okay. So the next question is from Cornug Gaming again, and the question is, what was your favorite prop and your most complex prop? And by the way, if you have question about you know, if you have question, you're wondering what you can do from cardboard, or maybe you ask, you know, you don't know if you can make one of my tutorials, and you have question about one of them, and you know you're not sure. Don't hesitate to ask this question as well. It doesn't have to be always about me. Of course, if you want to ask things about me, I'm here for that. That's why I named this live stream Ask Me Anything, because you can ask me anything, but don't hesitate to ask everything. So the question is, what was your favorite prop and your most complex prop? My favorite props was, as I said most often already on this channel, one of my favorite props is the Xenomorph head, because it was the first time I was making something that organic, that feels like it is alive, and I wasn't sure it would work, so it was a very challenging props to make. Because it was the first time I was making anything like that. You know, all the props I've made before the Xenomorph head, you know, the alien head I made on this channel, was not alive. You know, it was props, helmet, that kind of stuff, or ship. But they were, you know, it was the first time I was making something that feels as it is alive, and I wasn't sure it would work out of cardboard. You know, I wasn't sure, because it's cardboard, you know, at the end of the day. So I wasn't sure at the end you would feel like it is alive, and despite the corrugations and, you know, the material itself. What are you doing, guys? One of my cats is about to push everything away from the... Hey! Okay. So it was the exam of Fred was a challenging one, and it's your favorite prop, and because of it, I think it's one of my favorite prop as well. So the next question is from like a Banta. Yes, okay, Banta. Okay. Do you like Banta? Yes. Why do you why do Banta make? Okay, I'm not sure what you're asking. Sorry. Maybe formulate your question in a different way. Because I don't get that question. Sorry about that. Okay, so the next question is from Family Productions, and the question is, where do you get your cardboard from? I want to recreate the Mondo suit, and I don't know where to get so much cardboard. That's a great question. I get most of my cardboard from my monthly deliveries, usually from Amazon, but as well from other deliveries, you know. And I'm just, you know, saving them. You know, when I get the cardboard, I disassemble the boxes and I store them in a dry place, you know, in my apartment. And and I store them in different thickness to know what type of cardboard I have and everything, and that's enough. And I think most people doesn't realize how much cardboard they throw away in a regular basis, because most people you don't realize that. I didn't realize that at all. When I started this YouTube channel, I was like, I never have enough cardboard. I was like that. I'll never have enough cardboard to make all the props I want to make on this channel. And I was like, how the hell I'm gonna do all of these props and everything. So, and I realized very quickly, that, you know, after a month or two, I had too much cardboard already. And maybe it's because we are two on this apartment, you know, and so I get cardboard from two people. But, you know, most people live with siblings, families, you know, most people get a lot of cardboard. You just doesn't realize that. So just save the cardboard you get from your monthly deliveries for a while, and you should have enough to make pretty much everything. And if you don't have cardboard, if you don't get cardboard from monthly deliveries and stuff, just ask to your local store. I know that it's a little bit tricky to do because of this situation, the pandemic and everything at the moment. But, you know, if you can, ask to your local store, you know, if you can get rid of their cardboard for them. And most of the time, they are more than happy to let you do that, because it's a job they have to do. You know, they have to get rid of their cardboard. It takes about, you know, 1 hour or 2 hours a week to do that. It's a job. So if you come to them and you ask them, let me do that, I'm gonna get rid of their cardboard for you, most of the time they are totally okay. Just be polite, you know, ask them politely, and they are okay. I did that once in the past. It was okay, because I needed a specific type of cardboard for a project, and because I moved at the time, I had to use my cardboard, so I didn't have a lot of cardboard at this moment. So I did that once, and it works very well. They are very okay with that. So yeah. Okay, next question is from Cardboard Banta, and the question is from just 1 second, I have to do something. Okay, so Cardboard Banta, and the question is from Cardboard Banta again. Okay, so I think it's a spam. Don't pay attention to this guy. So the next question is from Coco, and the question is, pouvez-vous construire le masque de Dark Vador? So he asking French, can you make the Dark Vador mask out of cardboard? So I'm gonna answer to you in English. I hope it's okay for you, because everyone speak English here, so I'm gonna answer to you in English. So yeah, it's plain. Actually, it's on my to-do list, and actually I already started the build on my YouTube channel. It's I did a couple of parts of it on my computer. I designed a few parts of it already. I know pretty much how to make it. I'm just waiting for the right moment to make the helmet. So it's just a matter of time. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make it wearable, so you're gonna be able to wearable, and I'm gonna make it in 3 parts, because I want to make it, you know, as the real deal. And I want to make it, you know, in less, you know, because I want to post at least 20 times a month. So what prevents me to make it to make it so far is that I want to make it in less than a month, which is always difficult with that type of build. So, but I think I should be able to do that quite soon. So, just a matter of time. Okay, so what time is it? So yeah, so I didn't. The time flies very, very quickly. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that live stream. I'm gonna wrap this live stream up, so because it's been about 1 hour now, but don't worry if I did not have the time to answer your question in the form or from the chat. Don't worry, you can put them your question in the comments area of this live stream. I'm gonna answer to everyone's question after this live stream. Maybe not right after this live stream, in the next 24 hours. I acknowledge everyone and I read everything on this YouTube channel. So don't hesitate to put your question in the comments if I wasn't able to answer them during this live stream. And don't worry, I'll be able to answer your question next week as well, because I go live every week on Wednesday at 11 AM Eastern time. So I hope I'll be able to see you next week at the same time on Wednesday. And I'm gonna wrap this live stream. I'm gonna say bye to some people in the chat. Hey Tony Dockley, how you just stepping by at the end of the live stream. Tony, I'm about to wrap this live stream up, but glad to see you again. So I'm gonna say hello to some people. So bye everyone, bye Sad, bye MR, Mr. Simley, Tony, Dunkley, Lynn Wolf, Tat One Friend, Uri Kubulut, Boot Beer Float, Rushman. Okay, Afak, Life with Cats, say bye, Life with Cats. I hope I'll be able to see you next time. Okay, a lot of people, so it's okay, I'll catch you next time. Great, I hope I'll be able to see you next time, Tony. Hey, Yesenia Schmitz, hi. Good to see you here as well. I'm about to wrap this live stream up, Yesenia. Sorry about that. I hope if you have questions, you can still put them in the comments of this live stream. I will answer your question. And don't worry, I go live every week on Wednesday. So bye everyone. Calling Minecraft. Okay, Squirrel Man. Okay. So it was great to talk with you guys. I hope you have a great live stream, and don't hesitate, as I said earlier in this live stream, because I unleash this live stream when they are done. YouTube is not promoting this live stream out, to anyone, because they are unlisted. That's why there are so few people doing this live stream. So don't hesitate to share this live stream out to friends, siblings that might be interested in what I do on this channel. It helps tremendously for this live stream to work. And so yeah, so I hope I'll be able to see you next time, and stay safe, and don't forget there is something awesome in your cardboard boxes. See you next time, guys. Stay safe. See you next week. Where is the button? The button is here.